Welcome to Gray Overload, and this is a good news for all gamers out there. Helldivers 2, Sony decided to, after they were selling it, require a PlayStation login. Now, this game is sold on Steam. Steam has more countries than the PlayStation accounts are, so you can imagine what that caused. Well, the awesome part about this is that there was a huge backlash, and I think that this is better than saying it's just being review bombed or whatever else. The backlash is if you get bad reviews because of something you did, it's not review bombing, it is backlash, and that is a good word for this. But with all of that backlash, and even I believe I read it that the developers were upset with this, right? PlayStation is just the publisher, but the developers were upset with the requirements. Sony decided to go back on its requirements and change it so that that wasn't required to have a PlayStation account. Now, this is a really good thing on a couple accounts. One, Steam working with the gamers so that giving a full refund and stuff even after they played the game, right? Steam has that. I have a lot of games in Steam. Heck, some of my favorite games are only Steam games, right? Half-Life series. That's that one I play quite a bit. But going through and games I've bought in Steam, they've done a good job. I don't think I've ever returned a game in Steam, but that then requires chargebacks. Now, Steam was having chargebacks, I'm guessing, to Sony. Sony was upset. I don't know how far it all got, but I'm sure that there was a communication there and Sony was going, whoa, 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 this is way more. If it was chargeback, Sony probably went, whoa, 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 this is way more than what we anticipated. We thought that we could just take this hit. And Sony or Steam working with gamers was a really great option or solution that happened out of this is that gamers were able to take advantage to what Steam were able to give you with the return policy and with what they had, which then caused, you know, a kerfuffle or whatever else, something to happen inside of Sony to say we made a bad decision. So gamers were able to go through and make major changes, basically a major 180, right? This is a major 180, right? This going through, I watched I looked at the reviews in Steam, right? They were all negative, 50,000 reviews of negative, multiple days. And so all of a sudden, when it turned up and they decided to change this, the reviews went up. Now, you'll have a swing, right? It's the backlash to people that like the game are actually going to review it, or people that, reviewed it bad are probably changing the reviews and saying, you know what, they did the right thing. So I applaud those people that want to go back and change the reviews and do this because, if they're willing to go through and change something, they should be rewarded for that. And it looks like here they were. So I hope that more of this happens. My last video on this was with the crew, and Ubisoft taking it down doesn't have the happy ending yet. Maybe it still will, that Helldivers 2 had, but this is the power, and I think this is starting to have the steps of, if gamers are going to want to either preserve this art form of this gaming form of whatever it is that we're going to have to make pushbacks, especially in cases like this where extra logins are needed, and then all of a sudden you can't play a game where you've already invested a lot of hours, especially in countries that, PlayStation Network wasn't there. And while you could say, well, it's just another account, it gets annoying to have all these accounts, to have all these logins, just to have a game to run. You know, I remember when we could plug in discs, enter in the key, and you were off to the races playing the game. Well, now you need, 50 different logins just to be able to log in the game. Is that really fun to be able to jump through all those hoops just to press play? This is like I said, a good win. I hope that maybe Ubisoft is going to look a little bit different with the crew and make a change there, do a 180 like Sony did here. Only time will tell. Hopefully gamers can keep up these wins and keep up the pressure on these companies that decide to make these horrible decisions so that they understand that, your audience that you are required to have in order to sell these gets very upset, is willing to not buy it, willing to return the game, willing to do whatever it takes to make sure that they can play and that they have a longevity into a game or series that is worthwhile to them so that they can experience it for years to come. With that, let me know what you think about this whole Helldiver situation. Do you think that this Sony will try it again soon? Do you think that Sony learned their lesson? Uh, or are you still, keeping a cautious eye and wanting to push back where pushback is needed? Thank you so much for watching Gray Overload and helping this channel grow. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that bell icon, watch another one of my videos as it really does help out the channel. And until next time, God bless.